Okay, so in this video we're going to be talking about common color mistakes. Common color mistakes. In our last video we talked about choosing colors for brands. In this video we're going to be talking about common color mistakes. Common color mistakes. So there are a lot of color mistakes graphic designers make. There are a lot of color mistakes graphic designers make. All right, but these are just common ones, the main ones that um, you know graphic designers make. All right, and sometimes might not even be only in graphic design. All right, it can even be in other design fields. All right, common color mistakes. All right, so it might not even be only graphic design. It can be in other design fields, in other fields. So common color mistakes. The first one is using too many colors. All right, so it is very common among designs using too many colors. All right, so some graphic designers might want to explore. All right, they might want to show that okay, yes, they can work with colors, and then in the process use too many colors, which will make them go outside what they are supposed to do, what they are supposed to design. All right, and communicate rightly. So using too many colors. All right, so you have to be moderate with color. You have to be moderate in color usage. All right, it's very very important. We talked about balance as part of design principles in the first module. In the first module, talk about balance. So this is part of what balance entails. All right, you have to be balanced in everything you are doing in your design. And one of the ways of imbalance is when you are using too many colors. All right, so your design, you don't have to use too many colors. All right, you don't have to use too many colors. So use colors that are needed. All right, color that are needed and are related to what you are doing. So don't say the name of you want to uh show that okay you can work with colors and then use too many colors and then just everything will just be buzzed up. No. All right, so you have to be moderate in everything you are doing. All right, so the second common color mistake is poor contrast. Poor contrast. Poor contrast. All right, so contrast is just going back. I think let's go back to our first module when we talk about contrast as part of the design principle. Design principle. So we talked about contrast, saying contrast is when you know how to arrange your elements, all right, such a way that the most important information uh pops out more. People can see the main information. All right, poor contrast. Contrast is talking more about visibility. All right, can it be seen very well? Is it bright for people to see? Is it visible enough for people to see? All right, so a lot of people, they use, a lot of designers, they use colors that will make you not to see the content very well. All right, they will use color that will make you not to see the content very very well. All right, so those are those are part of color mistakes that uh people make, that designers make. All right, so poor contrast. All right, poor contrast. Poor contrast also occurs even in fonts usage, text. All right, but here we are talking about color, right, in relation to color. So um color. All right, so visibility is very important in design. So poor contrast, one of the mistake people make uh in color. All right, so uh in all our designs that we're doing, we should ensure that we have a very good contrast in our design. All right, it should be visible, people should be able to see it. All right, our main information should be able to be seen. All right, the one that is not main should be able to know that okay, people should be able to identify easily that okay, this is not main, this is the main information. All right, the way it's being placed in the design. All right, and the usage of color, the usage of color in your design, people should be able to know that this is the main color you are using. All right, You should be able to know that this is the main color you are using, and the color you are using should be able to enable people to see the elements in your design, to be able to enable people to see your design and be able to be visible um clearly to them. Alright. So the third common color mistake is ignoring accessibility. Ignoring accessibility. Ignoring accessibility. Alright. Ignoring accessibility. Ignoring accessibility. This is also one of the mistake a lot of designer make. Alright. Ignoring accessibility. Alright. You don't know who want to check, alright, or check through your design, alright, and then you don't know who is checking it, you don't know who is seeing it, you don't know who is viewing it, alright, you don't know who is accessing it, and then you just choose color thinking that okay, I'm just doing it, I'm just doing this design, I'm just doing it, I'm just doing it and doing it. You don't know who is viewing it, you don't know who is checking it. Alright. So ignoring accessibility. Alright. You don't know whether the person that is checking it is the person that want to employ you. Alright. So everything we are doing, um, not only in design, in everything we do, we should ensure that we should do it as if uh, you know, we are being watched. People are watching us, and we should do it as if um um is the last thing we are going to do. All right. We should do it with passion. We should do it with you know, a lot of life in us. Right. So ignoring accessibility is one of the mistakes a lot of designer make, a lot of graphic designer make. So these are the common color mistakes: using too many colors, poor contrast, ignoring accessibility. So in our next video, we'll look at the summary as we close this module. So see you in the next video.